My Lord and my God, I firmly believe that you are here, that you see me, and that you hear me. I adore you with profound reverence. I ask your pardon for my sins, for the grace to make this time of prayer fruitful, my Immaculate Mother. Saint Joseph, my Father and Lord, my guardian angel, intercede for me. At that time the disciples came to Jesus, saying, "Who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven?" And calling to him a child, he put him in the midst of them and said, "Truly I say to you, unless you turn and become like children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Whoever humbles himself like this child, he is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. Whoever receives one such child in my name receives me. See that you do not despise one of these little ones, for I tell you that in heaven their angels always behold the face of my Father who is in heaven." Today, on the feast of the Holy Guardian Angels, the Church puts before us this very clear indication from Jesus, this message that children have angels in heaven who watch over them. And this is one of the primary sources from which the Church gets this devotion and this belief that we have in the holy guardian angels, that each one of us has an angel who watches over us and protects us. And it makes sense if we have an angel assigned to us as a child. Well, why wouldn't it stick around? If someone's protecting us in our youth and they are an eternal spiritual being, well, it makes sense that they'd stay with us, right? That not only children have angels, but that angel stays with us through our life. And the Psalms say something similar, right? His angels shall watch over you, and his angels will watch over you. And so perhaps the first thing we can do today is simply greet our guardian angel in our prayer. Angel of God, my guardian dear, help me today. Watch over me. Inspire me. Keep me, protect me from sin, protect me from spiritual attacks, protect me from danger. Some people like to give their guardian angel a name. This is a little bit controversial. Why is it controversial? Well, because angels technically already have names from God. And so some people think, well, to name your angel is kind of demeaning, treating it like a pet, like you name your dog or whatever. And it's unfitting because the angel already has a name given to it by God. The other school of thought would be, well, if I'm going to have a personal relationship with my angel, I want to be able to call him something. And usually when we talk to people, we use names, right? So I don't feel strongly either way on this. At one point, I named my guardian angel Pierre because I believed that he had really helped me pass a French test in grad school that I had really no business passing because I wasn't ready for it. We had to pass translation tests as part of our grad school requirements. And I took the test way too early. And nevertheless, I passed. And so for a while, I was calling my guardian angel Pierre because I was sure that he really knew French very, very well. The Fathers of the Church, I found this in a very nice article online from Benedictine College, an article on the guardian angels by a guy named Tom Hoops from a couple of years ago. And he talks about the view of the Fathers of the Church on the guardian angels. The Fathers called the guardian angels by Greek names meaning watchers, guards, sentinels, guardians, keepers, and protectors. It all plays on the word or synonyms for that guardian. It's helpful. My guardian angel watches over me, a watcher. He guards me. Watchers, guards, sentinels, guardians, keepers, and protectors. They also call them both superintendents, who organize and direct our lives, and assistants or helpers who contribute to our plans. There's that famous book by C.S. Lewis, The Screw-Tape Letters, in which he describes a devil who's been assigned to a certain soul, and how the devil is writing and receiving letters from his uncle Wormwood, who's giving him advice on how to lead that soul down a bad path and eventually to lose his soul in hell. And they strategize over the best approach. And I don't know, I'd imagine someone has written a counterpart book, which would be an interesting read, where it's the machinations of our good angel, or maybe our good angel consulting a higher angel, our guardian angel consulting another guardian angel as to how to best help us or how to best protect us. Because they are intelligences, and so it's a very beautiful thing to think we have a pure intelligence, pure spirit, whose task is to figure out how to protect us, right? How to help us. What a great sign for God's love for each one of us, that he's assigned this very powerful being, an angel, a spiritual being, a purely spiritual being, to do these things for us: watch, guard, keep sentinel, to keep us, protect us, to assist us and help us, to be a kind of superintendent over our spiritual life. To remain strong against the evil powers, St. Hilary says, the angels are our helpers. If the guardian angels had not been given to us, we could not resist the many and powerful attacks of the evil spirits. And so I think this is one of those things that we'll only really figure out in heaven, just how much our guardian angel has helped us. It's one of these things where we would only know about it if we didn't have his help, because the help is grace. The help is invisible. And so we might think, well, I never hear him talk, or I've never felt like pushed out of the way of a train or whatever. Sometimes people have these experiences where they feel and hear very clearly an intervention from some spirit, from a guardian angel. I have a friend who was at a work site, and he heard a guardian angel say, "Mike, get up." And he was kind of on a break and ignored it. And then he heard it again, "Mike, move." And he got up and walked a couple steps forward. And then this big piece of concrete fell from a structure above him, right where he was sitting during his break. He said, he was convinced that, okay, that was his guardian angel. And so we might not have, most of us don't have experiences like that, which make it kind of evident or palpable, this influence. But if it weren't there, I think this is like St. Hilary's point. If the guardian angel hadn't been helping us, our lives would have been a lot worse, right? We would have fallen into many more sins. Their protection is only evident if it hadn't been there, and we take it for granted. And I think when we get to heaven is one of the things we'll see. The vision of the angels works softly and peacefully, awakening joy and exultation. And usually they work softly and peacefully, awakening joy and exultation, which is the opposite of what the devil does. The devil tries to get us to be vexed, right? Angry. I love the word vexed. I've been using it more and more. Frustrated, flabbergasted, vexed, unsettled, right? Agitated, right? Tempted. And the angels counteract that work of temptation by the devils, according to St. Athanasius' life of St. Anthony, with this peace. They work softly and peacefully, awakening joy and exaltation. We go to our guardian angel and to Our Lady, Queen of the Angels, and we ask her to intercede for us. Help us on this feast of the founding of Opus Dei to remain in God's presence. And this whole idea of having a guardian angel is a great way of reminding ourselves that our lives are supernatural, which is the whole point of Opus Dei. St. Josemaria, who founded Opus Dei on October 2nd, 1928. Our lives, our ordinary lives, our earthly lives, our material lives are also spiritual and supernatural. Right? We're always in touch with God. And one of the intermediaries for that is this wonderful companion, this guardian He's given us, our holy guardian angel. I thank You, my God, for the good resolutions, affections, and inspirations which You have communicated to me in this meditation. I ask Your help. Put them into effect, my Immaculate Mother. Saint Joseph, my Father and Lord, my guardian angel, intercede for me.